Good morning, everyone. I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Chris Schueller, in for Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico Style. It's Friday.
It's Friday of Labor Day weekend.
Even better. It's a long weekend.
This is like long weekend. Everybody's gone. Nobody was on the road this morning.
I know. Wasn't that fun?
It's fabulous.
I love that. I'm so happy you're here. You know, we had such a good time when we talked about Smashed, and we'll get into that in a moment. But great to have you co-hosting.
See, when you just say Smash, people are looking, going, "What's he drinking in this cup?"
Well, let me remind them. Chris is an Emmy Award Winning Producer whose most recent project, entitled Smashed, studied the damaging effects of alcohol on the teenage brain. We, of course, are drinking coffee and ginger ale.
Yes.
Just to be clear on that. Now, Smashed actually aired on our sister station, KRQE, a couple of weeks ago, and I've been really curious what the reaction was.
Incredible reaction. Well, number one, you got great numbers because it was on 13, and they get great numbers anyway. But we've been getting calls from all over the state, counselors who want to use the thing in their schools, which is great because it talks about how binge drinking before the age of late 20s affects the brain and affects it for life.
Long term.
And this research just came out with these great brain researchers. So it's a good I was going to say weapon, but it's a good tool for parents to say, listen, your brain's too precious. We don't want you to do this. Here's why. Here's the deal. And then it talks about other alternatives and solutions and those sorts of things.
And it talks about the fact that there aren't really temporary fix because, as you said, long-term effects.
Right.
And so that's what I found so appealing and interesting because I don't think a lot of people realize that. And a lot of parents, you know, these days, I feel like parents really want to be friends with their kids because they don't want to alienate them. But at the end of the day, they're still the parents.
Well, and they're thinking DWI, let's keep them in here. And if they drink or have a beer or two with their friends in here, it's safer.
Exactly.
But the binge drinking thing is a huge issue. I mean, a long-term issue.
Here.
And it turned out, it turned out dynamite. We were very pleased.
Well, what's next? What's next for Smashed?
So we're doing, and really nice, Todd Resch, the principal up at La Cueva High School, invited us up there. We're doing a big thing on the 14th of September.
Okay, so
and it's open to the public, actually. And it's going to be at La Cueva in the gym. They're all the kids who are involved in any activities there are going to show up there, and a lot of parents.
Okay.
We're showing a piece of Smashed. We're showing a piece of another show we did called High about illegal prescription drugs.
Great.
We're going to have some of the experts from Smashed who are in the show there
Dr.
to answer
Sarah,
questions.
Is she going to be there?
She can't make it.
She was great. I loved having her on.
So good. But Peter D is going to come on, the guy who was in the show, and a couple other experts.
And that's September 14th?
September 14th from 6:30 to 8 o'clock at La Cueva in the gym. And it's open to the public.
Good thing for parents and kids to do together and really just get on the same page and make sure that everybody is just doing the right thing.
Safe Teen's going to be in there, and then we're hoping to move that around to the other high schools.
Okay.
Which I think would be great.
Well, yeah, just keep us posted, and we'll let all our viewers know because it's such an important subject. And what about last night?
I brought this for you.
Yes,
I was down
at
the Dominici Conference Center.
Okay.
Or the Dominici Public Policy Conference down at New Mexico State.
Okay.
And it was warm in Las Cruces.
Thank you very much.
As any of your weather people know.
Yes.
But it was so cool. They had incredible experts. Senator Dominici brought in all these people. Tom Daschle was there. Alice Rivlin, who used to be the head of the Budget Committee.
Okay.
And then there was a big article in the paper about it this morning. Alice and Pete together talked about how to solve the budget problem. And Senator Dominici in '97 was the first guy to balance the budget in half a century, and then for 4 years, he and actually with Bill Clinton across the aisle, it was compromise, which doesn't happen now.
No.
Compromising. He and Bill Clinton put it together, and actually Bill Clinton was in our documentary too, which was very cool. Yeah, it was great. He did a great job. And anyway, Alice Rivlin, he talked about it, and then we premiered my documentary, Dominici, which will be airing tonight on, if you're in Las Cruces, KRWG at 9 o'clock.
Okay, 9 o'clock tonight.
And then it will be airing, see, Bill said we could do this. It's going to be airing across the street on Channel 4. On the 12th. On the 12th at 7 o'clock.
No, that's good. I mean, your work is so good, and it speaks to so many audiences, and it's not only interesting, but it's so informative.
Tell me more. Do you like him?
I love your glasses as well.
Listen to her. It's very kind.
I'm a gusher. What can I say? So now, okay, so we've got Dominici, of course.
Dominici's going, and we're doing another one on
what's the next project?
Kids and heroin.
Oh, wow.
And this is scary, awful stuff.
That scares the you-know-what out of me. Because
and it's just rising like crazy. I mean, it's and meth used to be, you know, now heroin's taken over that.
My gosh.
And it's very, very frightening. So we're doing this really really interesting project. We're going to do a short video. We're going to do some short 30-second things that will be used across the state.
Wow.
And then we're also going to do a longer half-hour version about a year from now.
Like little vignettes of just different people's issues?
Well, we're talking to kids who are in recovery. We're talking to parents who have kids who are in recovery. We're going to talk about the signs and symptoms, how parents are missing these signs, how kids get into it. Hopefully it'll do some good to talk about it.
My goodness, it certainly does, because the first step is always the awareness of it and then bringing the conversation to the plate. So we will definitely be doing that. Thank you for all the work you're doing, really. It's so important. And now let's get to a little more on a lighter side.
You know, some important things.
Very, very important.
I want to hear about this.
You ready for this?
I am.
A t-shirt for young girls got JCPenney in trouble.
A t-shirt.
A t-shirt, yeah. The t-shirt reads, "I'm too pretty to do my homework, so my brother has to do it for me." An online petition was started to remove the t-shirt from the Plano-based JCPenney's online store, and it actually worked. The company removed it, and then they apologized. What do you think about that?
You know, that's sort of sexist, isn't it?
Isn't it a little bit?
I mean, it's the whole thing of, you know, if you're pretty, you don't have to do anything, and there's no, and it's essentially saying that women, that's their value, and that's not the case. I mean,
and it's saying that they let other people do the work. I mean, JCPenney actually issued a statement, and what they did was they basically said, our merchandise is intended to appeal to a broad customer base, and we don't want to offend them, and we'd like to apologize for any concern that we may have caused. So,
does anyone look at these things before they do it?
I don't know. I mean, truthfully, I'll be honest with you. I have a lot of t-shirts, and they all say things, and if you ask me what half of them say, I wouldn't even know.
Don't,
It's just a fashion statement half the time, but I guess some people do take it so seriously, and again, could be deemed sexist, so we have to always make sure.
Do you think it's sexist?
Personally, I don't get offended by that at all, because I mean, I could see, I don't ever want women to look like they give somebody else, that they throw the work off to someone else, or that they, you know, that they pass it on to a boy because they can't do it and they're too pretty to do it. That's silly.
What it kind of says, though. And you know, the thing is, the whole idea of advertising, and that these little girls are seeing that.
Well, that's true too.
And they haven't thought about all this. Yeah, I mean, eventually that sinks in, I think, and maybe in a wrong way.
I mean, I like I said, I personally don't get that offended, because I just buy. Truthfully, I buy the t-shirt for the fashion, for the style, not necessarily for the saying, because a lot of things could be taken as offensive, but
I just have Lobo gear.
Just Lobo gear, you're safe. Well, this is interesting. You ready for this? Apparently, Texans cannot drive 55, so lawmakers bumped up the speed limit to 85.
Our governor's going to be pleased.
Oh, yeah.
Did you read that this morning?
Yeah, is that crazy?
She got picked up.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Now it's not as bad as Governor Richardson's 110.
Well, but
she got picked up on Pan American Freeway.
Yeah, you can't tell people to do the right thing and then not do the right thing.
They did, but the 85, no, I get it. In Texas, those long stretches, even here, the long stretches, it's like, come on.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'll put it out there. I have driven faster than the speed limit.
I was down to Las Cruces and back. It took me 2 hours and 45 minutes to get down. I got to, and it, you know, don't.
Yeah, we should just let it go.
We were careful. Now, when it rains, you slow up.
But it is interesting to me that they've raised the speed limit so that it doesn't become illegal to drive that fast, because at the end of the day, everybody's doing it anyway. So here's the deal. It will still be some time before motorists are actually allowed to drive the 85 miles per hour. So while the speed limit has changed, the speed limit signs have not, which is really interesting. The Texas Department of Transportation will first be evaluating which stretches of the highways actually can safely have their speed limits increased. And then that study will, of course, take 2 years. So, you know, it's going to take a while. You'll want to look for those changes probably in around 2013.
It really depends on the conditions.
Well, I agree with that.
Because when it's dry and you can see and everything's great, why not?
Right, but in those winter days, if you get the slick roads or the hard rain,
that's very bad.
We don't want any hydroplaning.
No,
not at all.
None of that. None of that.
Now, are you a soap fan by any chance?
I don't watch the soaps.
Well, I was on a soap, so I have to talk about soaps.
I know, yeah, you were in the,
Young and the Restless back in the day.
Yes.
And I actually, my very first job out of college, I was an extra on All My Children, and then I became a recurring person on All My Children. No lines, but I was on the show. And so it's a sad day for all the All My Children fans, because the final episode of All My Children is about to air September 23rd. So we're in the countdown.
Wow.
Susan Lucci filmed her last episode this week, so that had to be so emotional for them. ABC says that some big names will be returning to the soap opera to say their farewells, and this is actually a scene we're watching right now between Erica, of course that is Susan Lucci, and her on again, off again husband Jack. So take a look.
Jack, and it was perfect. Yeah, so perfect that you forgot all about it.
Jack, you have to. The drama, I tell you, the music in the background. That was my favorite part about being on a soap is you can fill dead air with a bit of dramatic music.
Well, and people don't understand, they turn these things around.
I know.
I mean, you learn your lines that day you're in there, that's good for you.
It's a lot of work, but I mean, I had an easy part. I didn't have one of the major day players, but what's really interesting is that I was actually in an acting class back in LA at one point with Josh Duhamel after he did All My Children, before he did Vegas.
And now he's...
Yes,
huge.
He's huge. He's married to Fergie. He also was in the movie Transformers. Well, now this is really fun. For all the fans of Josh Duhamel and for All My Children, Josh and CSI star Eva LaRue are actually going to be making a return to the show. What they're going to be doing is, basically they're bringing back, and they've already taped it obviously, but they're bringing back some of our past favorites to be in the final episode. So they can kind of clean up all the loose ends of the storylines.
Well, that's a good idea.
I know.
And wrap it up. Well, TV's changing. The soaps are no longer relevant.
Because we have those stupid reality shows that are soap operas in themselves, unscripted.
And it's much less expensive to make those.
Much less expensive.
That's why they do it.
But you know what bothers me as somebody who studied acting for so many years? What bothers me is all the work actors put into their craft. And then these people who really, they just drank a lot and cursed and did everything that they should be featured and smashed for.
Or the writers. The writers who are spending, and now they don't even use writers anymore. And that's how they save the money. They do that unscripted stuff, and it's in editing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the editors sensationalize it, and that's how we get all of these shows that, unfortunately, I'm hooked to. I'm guilty. I watch Jersey Shore. I mean, I'm from New Jersey.
Do you watch that?
It's embarrassing. We won't. Let's not even worry about that. It's just very embarrassing.
See, like I like the Dancing with the Stars stuff.
That I love.
I love that, and that's talent. I mean, that's talent. Like incredible stuff in the live, and it's just.
And Idol and X Factor, cool. Anything that has a talent competition.
American Idol, America's Got Talent.
Exactly.
Incredible stuff.
It gives people a chance to showcase.
It's a lot of fun.
This summer, you know, a lot of people showcase what they can do all around town, and as summer starts to cool down, the village of Hatch heats up. We talked about that this week. Love our chili peppers, and this weekend is actually very exciting. It is the Big Hatch Festival. Yes, and all-day events going on. We spoke with our queen and our princess this week.
From Hatch?
Yes, and they brought us some green chili.
This is the best time of the year. You walk out in front of the grocery stores, you smell the green chili. It's like, this is fall in New Mexico, and it's fabulous.
And I'm loving it. In fact, I put all my green chilies in my kitchen now so that my whole kitchen smells like green chili.
Now, do you dance?
Of course I do.
So you can twist your way to the Santa Ana Star Casino Saturday night. Chubby Checker concert. This is incredible at the Bosque Event Center. It's been 50 years since the twist was introduced, which of course was 10 years before I was born, and changed the way we move. Don't laugh. We move on the dance floor. Chubby is still going strong. It's amazing. Show starts at 7:30. Great fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, I spoke with him over at Santa Ana Star Casino this week, and they said he is so pumped.
How old is he?
I don't know. I mean, the twist is 50 years old.
He looks there like because who knows when the picture was taken.
You know what? We should have a twist contest on the show. Will you come back and do the twist with me?
I would do that.
Okay,
I would do that. It'll be dangerous, but I'll do that.
Let's do it.
I like that.
Now, here's something else fun. St. Martin's Hospitality Center is actually hosting a benefit concert, and that's featuring Grammy Award winning singer Judy Collins. That's on Saturday night. Yes.
Fabulous.
A lot of talent around here. St. Martin's is the largest provider of homeless services in the state, and the show will start at 7 at the Sandia Resort and Casino Amphitheater. And great place to see a show. From what I understand, every seat is a good seat.
And St. Martin's does incredible work. We did a show on homeless kids. They are great. Now on Sunday, if you want to, Sunday, Sound of Mariachi Extravaganza de Santa Fe will fill the Santa Fe Opera. The show begins at 7:30. That'll be a lot of fun.
Definitely for all the opera fans. And of course, as you head into the weekend, a lot of people also want to head out for some vino.
The wine festival in Bernalillo. Yes. It's been going on forever.
I think I'm going to go.
It's so much fun. Now, they may rain later, but that would cool things off.
I was just going to say, the weekend's not supposed to be as hot. And this, of course, is taking place at Bernalillo, Santo Domingo, Pueblo, Indian Arts and Crafts Market, also going on all weekend.
I think you can use the rail runner.
That's exactly right.
Which is good, because you don't want to be drinking and driving. Do not, and bring a designated driver.
Absolutely. That was actually the first thing when I spoke of it with some of my friends. I said, if we do go, it's the rail runner.
But it's fun, and you can buy all sorts of wines, and they have all sorts of food. Have you been?
No, that's why I want to go.
No, it's fabulous. You can stock up on wines for the year, and they tell you, and they talk you through it all. It's just great.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. And if your plans for the holiday weekend include catching a movie, you can stay in the air condition for that. There's plenty of big screen choices to choose from.
Yes, Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has what's new in theaters. Take a look.
What the hell's going on? Rounding out the summer box office with sci-fi scares, the crew of Apollo 18 launched their horror in space story about a secret 18th mission to the moon, with mock archival footage aiming to show why we've never gone back.
What is this, some kind of thing?
From outer space to underwater, the unsuspecting victims of Shark Night 3D find sharp-toothed creatures taking a bite out of their lake party. Starring Sarah Paxton as Lake House host and American Idol's Catherine McPhee using that famous voice for some three-dimensional screens.
I knew we'd be punished. I knew we'd have to pay.
Helen Mirren leads the time-jumping spy thriller The Dead about Israeli secret agents whose past mission hunting down a Nazi war criminal resurfaces, causing them to get back in action.
Ooh.
In limited release, Lucas Black is a pro golfer looking to escape the pressures of his career, who finds himself stuck 7 days in Utopia, where Academy Award winner Robert Duvall, as a local rancher, helps him find his way. And with Labor Day weekend adding an extra day of movie-going, folks can play catch-up, with many big flicks of the season still in theaters. From the top-grossing movie of summer 2011, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
I got to come up with your questions, too?
To the critically acclaimed drama, The Help, currently in the #1 spot for a second week in a row. One already being buzzed about for next season. Awards time. In New York, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Crazy Stupid Love?
Yeah, we were talking about.
That was so great.
The actress in The Help was in Crazy Stupid Love.
And, oh, really?
Same
See, I'm going to go
actress.
see The Help tonight.
I heard
this afternoon.
It is Oscar contention kind of a movie.
Oh, really?
Yes, like people are already saying they are in contention. No.
See, I was debating whether to read the book and see the show or see the show and read the book, and I started on the book and I thought, no, I'm going to see the show first.
I feel like it's a disappointment when you read the book and then see the movie. I think if you watch the movie and then read the book, it's better. That's just what that's been my experience to this point. I'm looking forward to seeing that, though. Everyone who has already seen pre-screenings, please do.
Well, I'm going to see you Tuesday. I'm going to go tonight.
Okay.
And I'll see you Tuesday.
Yes, yeah, you'll be back Tuesday. That's good. Yes, any other good movies? So we said Crazy Stupid Love, great movie.
That was fabulous.
And also, I still haven't seen Bridesmaids. I heard that's hilarious for guys and girls.
Movie.
You think it's too chick flick?
Yeah, guys.
All right,
Not girls.
I'm a chick. I can see it. Well, you know, if you don't want to be in the air conditioning, you want to get out to all these events we just talked about, you need to know what the weather's going to be.
Yes, important.
Very important.
Critically important.
Critically. Let's find out about it.